Mark 10:13 through 16 says this: "People were bringing little children to him in order that he might touch them, and the disciples spoke sternly to them. But when Jesus saw this, he was indignant and said to them, 'Let the little children come to me. Do not stop them, for it is to such as these that the kingdom of God belongs. Truly I tell you, whoever does not receive the kingdom of God as a little child will never enter it.' And he took them up in his arms and laid his hands on them and blessed them." Jesus unashamedly taught his followers to prioritize the presence of young people, not because he thought that somehow youthfulness was better than the wisdom that comes from age, but Jesus knows young people intuitively understand a mystery that is all too easy for adults to forget. A child doesn't open a Christmas present and immediately start bragging about how they earned it. You know what a child does upon opening a gift? They start playing with it. They probably go up to the person who gave it and they hug their neck and say, "Thank you." This is the mystery of receiving that we need our children to teach us. One, that we've done nothing to receive the gift of God's love. We've done nothing to earn it or work for it. None of our best efforts can make God like us. Two, it's still for us. It's so easy for adults who are caught up in a frenetic cycle of trying to earn God's love to forget the mystery of God's kingdom, that we can't earn it and that it's for us. Children instinctively know that they belong. And you know what? So do you. This is why it's so important for churches to have children around. They teach us that we belong. Unfortunately, studies consistently show that young people, ages 15 through 29, are the largest group of unchurched people in the United States across any denomination or region or ethnicity. Not only that, they're the largest growing group of unchurched people. To make matters even worse, studies show that 50 to 60% of young people who are involved in church in their high school days will leave church when they graduate. At Highland, we want to make sure that young people are always woven into the fabric of every part of our vision. That's why we've partnered with the Fuller Youth Institute at Fuller Theological Seminary in Pasadena, California, in a project called Growing Young. What's Growing Young? Well, when Fuller realized of the growing epidemic of missing young people in churches, they took a hopeful stance and they studied churches that are doing really well at inviting, maintaining, and motivating young people to see what they're doing different. The findings of this is their work called Growing Young. They discovered that churches who commit to 6 core gospel habits do a far better job of inviting, maintaining, and motivating young people into their vision. The 6 core commitments are unlocking keychain leadership, empathizing with today's young people, taking Jesus' message seriously, fueling a warm community, prioritizing young people and their families everywhere, and commit to being the best neighbors. This January, Highland's going to roll out an assessment that's going to ask our members how we're doing at these 6 core commitments. And we want to invite you, if you're over the age of 14, to take the assessment. So please click on the link below and it'll take you 5 to 10 minutes and just answer questions about how well we are or aren't doing in these 6 core areas. Your feedback will really help us prioritize and make strategies to growing young. Because as Jesus reminds us, to accomplish our vision and to be brought into the kingdom of God, churches must have young people present.